The original Bad Girls, Prisoner Cell Block H, was a hit from day one. At first, TV bosses only wanted 16 episodes, but it ran for nearly 700, and it's still a cult favourite across the world. Some shows make do with one villain, but Cell Block H was jam-packed with them. Not surprising, really, considering it's set in a prison. But they weren't all lags. Enter the sadistic warder Joan Ferguson, also known as The Freak.
I hate the world today.
Where do I sign on?
Joan Ferguson?
That's right. Well, the description given me of the character was a sadistic, corrupt, bulldyke screw.
The only way to treat people like you is to step on them all the time.
I actually auditioned for the role of Vera Bennett, Vinegar Tits, and didn't get it. But that was all right. Back to the theatre I went, and a couple of years later, the offer was made.
Got nothing to say, Smith? That's unusual for you. I ought to book you for dumb insolence right now.
The Freak was a mini Hitler in an A-line skirt, and her arch-enemy was 2 times murderous Bea Smith. When these two shared the screen, there was certainly no love lost.
I have to say, when I first read the scripts, I thought, oh, they're going to hate this character, Bea Smith. They're going to throw things at me in supermarkets. But not at all. They decided that Bea Smith was the mother, the Earth Mother, and the audiences loved her.
Put that cigarette out, Smith.
I only just lit it.
You heard me.
Bea had a huge problem with the Freak because the Freak was an unpleasant, nasty, dangerous bully.
Well done, Smith.
And was always picking on the weaker and more vulnerable, and generally Bea's friends, so Bea had to try and defend them.
What are you lot planning? How to get rid of the Freak? What else?
Well, forget it. That job's taken. We had some tremendous scenes together, and in fact, I still say, 20 years later, that some of my very best scenes were done with Val.
Now, are you going to turn around and face me, or haven't you got the guts?
Oh, I thought I'd let you hit me from behind. It's more your style, isn't it?
Maggie spent 4 years terrorising the women of Wentworth before the prison gates were shut for the final time and the show was axed.
I had 20 years in the theatre before Prisoner and very little television. So after 1986, I went back from whence I came. There's nothing quite like it. You've spent your 4 weeks or whatever rehearsing with the director and the other actors, and then that night comes and you're on your own, and it's you and that beautiful, beautiful audience.
I couldn't swim, you see. My dad had never taught me. No need, he'd said, there's a mole on your neck. That means you'll never drown.
Since leaving Prisoner, Maggie has continued to work on stage and screen and is considered by many to be one of Australia's finest actors. And as the saying goes, every dog has its day, and even Wentworth's top dog had to call time eventually. So after 4 years and almost 400 episodes, Bea was transferred to a different prison and was never seen again.
I decided to leave the series and stop playing Bea Smith when I decided that there was nothing more to learn about the character.
Okay, guys.
She may have left the screen over 20 years ago, but Bea's legacy lives on. And in Val's latest business venture, the fans actually get to live the Prisoner experience. So it's all aboard the Wentworth Express for a whistle-stop tour of the soap's locations.
The fans are very, very easy to please, I have to say. They're just happy to be there.
Okay, you guys, well, you'll probably recognise this is actually the rear entrance to the prison, and we used to come barreling out of that door, you know, and come and play volleyball and work in the prison garden and do all that sort of thing. And there used to be a sign, of course, over the top there saying Wentworth Detention Centre, but I suspect that somebody has already souvenired that, and if I hadn't thought about it, I would have souvenired it myself.
My life now is not what I would like it to be. I'm just extremely disappointed that I've never been given the opportunity to try and create another very strong, very believable, very popular character, because I happen to believe there's more than one in me.
And playing the Freak for so long has left Maggie with a bit of a problem too.
Sadly, I've never been able to wear smart leather gloves since. If the weather is really cold, I just tend to wear nice woolly mittens.